Good morning, and it is 5 on Fridays. I'm just getting started. I'm in my car. You know why? This morning I got up really early and went to Seal Beach, my place, and I'm listening to a really great book online. It's called Becoming Supernatural. And I listened to the book for about an hour. It's so good. And I thought, no, okay, so leave the beach, go to the gym, and work out. And then I looked at my clock. It was like 10 something. And so now it's I think it's 10 like 10:30. I think it's 10:30. So it's 5 on Fridays. And of course, I'm talking a little bit now to see if anybody comes on. And if nobody comes on, that's okay, but I'm going to talk just for a few minutes. So I always say in my trivia that the reason why couples break up and get divorced is because they have communication problems. So hi, Monica. Hi, Said. So finally you guys are on board. So I'm going to reiterate what I just said. I just said I'm in my car because this morning I got up, went to Seal Beach, to the beach to meditate and do my spiritual work. And I didn't because I'm listening to a great book. And my phone's in my hand, so it might be choppy. A great book called Becoming Supernatural, because all that stuff is interesting to me. And I kind of share it with you guys a little bit. So on this 5 on Fridays today, usually it's 5 questions people ask me and then I answer them. Well, I've got to say, the disappointment a little bit is that I haven't gotten any questions this week from anybody that listens to me. So I have no questions today, but I do have something else. What I have today is I talked about self-improvement, self-development. So I wrote a blog, and in my blog I wrote about this. And if you're not on my blog, if you don't get my blog, just go ask me for my website, and then you'll go to my blog. Anyway, so when couples are together and when a problem starts, we know there are 3 things that occur when couples have problems. First, a communication breakdown. Remember, I talked about this before. Secondly, one or both of you shut down. And then the third thing that happens is no love to be found. So when couples have problems in my office, they always look for the other or to the other to solve their problems, or they blame the other person. I've got to tell you this. You're not going to find, and just hear me out though, happiness in your relationship or love in your relationship if you're not happy already on your own. If you are unhappy before you meet your person, you won't be able to find happiness there. They can't make you happy. If you don't love yourself before you meet your partner and get into the relationship, then they cannot make you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, it's obvious to tell with time. So you can't play those kind of games. You've got to learn how to love yourself, respect yourself, and be happy. Now, how this happens is you have to do self-development, personal improvement. You've got to do that before you get into the relationship or while you're in it, because then you learn how to be and do and have whatever it is. So I'm going to tell you, I'm looking down because I wrote down on my notebook. That's for my notes. I wrote down on my notebook in the car what I'm going to talk about. So your self-improvement is like classes and books to read. But I recommend this. The first thing you want to do when you first start your journey of self-development and personal improvement, self-development, self-improvement, same thing, getting better, is you may do this already, but you have to start. You don't have to, but it pays to start off with some form of meditation. That just means quieting your mind to allow yourself to go to your higher consciousness. And people say, I can't quiet my mind, and we can't. We can't. So there's something else you can do that I learned called the 6th phase. And I'll tell you guys about that right now. If you can't meditate, like you heard about it, like quiet your mind so everything's still and quiet, and then you go to the next level, and you will whenever that happens, but it's a challenge. So in the meantime, you can do the 6th phase. The first thing, when you first get into a quiet state, then you have appreciation and gratitude. You find something that you love a whole lot, and you love that, and you See yourself with that thing or that person that you love a lot, that has your heart full of love, and then you take that loving energy and you spread it around the whole planet. It's in your mind, but the whole planet, and love the entire planet. That's the first thing. Then the second thing you do is, first you love the planet, and then you come back, and then you have gratitude. What are you thankful for? Just what makes you, like, at least 6 or 10 things about your life, about your who you are, about your work, just about everything. You just find all the gratitude you can, and fill yourself up with gratitude. And then the third thing you do is you forgive. You forgive someone in your past. You forgive yourself. You forgive your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your husband, wife. You forgive. Honestly forgive. Just go to if you're forgiving yourself, you go to the part in your life that you don't forgive yourself about, and you go right to that place when you beat yourself up about something you didn't do, and you forgive yourself in that moment, in that place, and you feel the relief. And the fourth thing you do is you see yourself 3 years from now, or in your perfect life. What does your life look like? You see that and you feel it. The fourth thing you do is then you see what's your perfect day. You create that in your mind and you feel that. And then the last thing is blessings. So you have the white light of God or the infinite intelligence or source encompass your entire body. The white light, that bright, bright light of love and acceptance. And then that's it. So that's what you do. I learned that sixth phase from Mind Valley, but that's what you do. So you meditate. So if you can't quiet your mind, do the 6 phases right here. I just said it. You do that. And then you want to, okay, what do I see? So then the self-improvement, it includes going to courses, going to classes, like just Google self-improvement, self-development. And there are so many books on it, so many self-help books, just to show you how to start looking at your life, who you are, how you can be a better person. But the first thing to be a better person, though, really is meditation and understanding there's a higher power. If you guys believe in God, even if you're an atheist, you don't believe in God, but guess what? You believe in science. So you know that there's an infinite intelligence that created all of us, the entire world. So that once you start to get in alignment with that, or at least start believing in it and knowing, I call it the universe, that it has your back, just start knowing that. Once you start taking responsibility for your actions, for what you do, how you are, then you can go into a relationship as a better person. Once you decide to be in joy, to be in happiness, to be in love, you, not with anyone else. Once you decide to be in joy with you, once you decide to be in love with you, then I know my phone's moving around because I'm in my car. I apologize. And I'm putting my glasses on too, if you guys don't mind that. But once you decide to be in love with yourself, to love yourself, you know what? And that is, and how you do that is every day. If you don't love yourself, or you think you do, test the person next to me with music. But test yourself if you do love yourself. And here's an exercise. Just go to your bathroom mirror and look in your eyes. Look deeply in your eyes and say, call your name. I'll do mine. I love you. Latifa, I love you. I love you, Latifa. Do that. If you can't do it, if it makes you sad, if it makes you look away and go, oh, this is stupid, that means you don't love yourself. So just make sure you do it anyway. If it's stupid, do it anyway. If, oh, whatever, do it anyway. If you cry, do it anyway. Because the more you do it throughout the day, the more you start loving yourself, because you're talking to that inner child in you. Do that. So you've got to love yourself, and you've got to decide that you want to be in joy. You want to be happy. And if you say, happiness is overrated, that's BS. It's not overrated. It's true. It's a true thing, and it's a choice. Want to be happy? Be happy. That means look at the bright side of things. People ask me, since I was a kid, they got mad. I got in trouble because I was always happy. And they called me a Pollyanna because I find the sun comes up all the time. I find the good things that are going on. Somebody wrote, who wrote this? Hey, Darlene. I found that. So it's your choice to be happy. You decide, I want to be happy today. Look at the things that make you happy. Expect good things. We get what we expect and what we look for. If you look for negativity, you'll find it just like that. Look at our world. It can be really, really negative if you look at that part of it. But really, the world is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And you have your own little orbit, your own world, your own life. You be there. So you've got to have yourself together, your own happiness and your own self-love before you go into a relationship. Or when you're in it, you cultivate that in yourselves. And that way you have more fun, more joy, and more love in your relationship. If you don't burden your partner with making you happy, that won't happen. Making you love yourself, it won't happen. You've got to love yourself. You've got to be happy. So relationships work better when each person in the relationship does work on a consistent basis to elevate themselves in their spirit, in their consciousness. It's all about a higher consciousness. Now, the average person doesn't even look into the higher consciousness because they think it's BS, but it's not. And BS, excuse me, means bullshit. It's not. It's real. It's more real than my face is today. It is real. Everything starts on the inside, in our head and in our hearts. That's where it starts. And there's a great book that you guys should read that I'm listening to because I don't have time to read it. I just rather hear it in my headphones. And it's called Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. Dispenza or Dispenza? Becoming Supernatural is so good. It's about science, physics, and mystics. It's so good, you guys. So I'm reading that and I'm kind of sharing a little bit with you because even, I used to not discuss this with you guys because I thought if my clients or potential clients hear me talk about spirituality and mysticism, they think I'm nuts and they won't want to hire me. But guess what? I'm the best that you can find. And this is what makes me the best, what will make you the better part of yourself. So you want to do self-improvement. You want to do meditation. If you can't meditate, do the sixth phase I just told you about. You want to go to seminars and buy books. And I have 3 books that I recommend you buy. And one of them is a storybook. It's called The Greatest Salesman in the World. It's a little paperback book. It might be out of production, whatever you call it. But it's called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino, Mandino, by Og Mandino, The Greatest Salesman in the World. It's about this guy that's going to kill himself. He was so destitute, looked in a pawn shop for a gun, bought the gun, but something happened, and he ended up turning his life all around, living, not being homeless, and successful and all that because he got into his higher power, his higher self. So another book is called just anything by Wayne Dyer. Anything by him. You guys know that. He wrote Your Erroneous Zones, but all kind of other things. So look him up on YouTube. Wayne Dyer. You can't go wrong with that. And then Louise Hayes. Heal Your Life. You can heal your life. But also, one last book is free. It's in public domain. It's called Your Invisible Powers. That's my favorite one. I mean, they're all my favorites, but I listened to Og Mandino when I was years ago, and I was really, really sick as a young girl. And those kind of books brought me to reality, to my higher self, and I'm still thriving to go to my higher self. So, to end this talk for today, if you guys want to, there were no questions today because nobody ever sends them to me when I talk. So I figured, okay, so I won't ask anybody else. I'll just do my own thing. So in your relationship, if you want it to grow and be better, you've got to first start with you. Your partner cannot make you love yourself and cannot make you happy. You've got to be happy on your own, and your partner compliments you and you compliment them. They don't make you. You create your own reality. Good or bad, you do it. I do it. We all do it. So look around you. If it's beautiful and great, you've done that. If it's not, you've done that. But you can always, always, always change it. Always uplift it. So that's my topic for today with my phone in my hand. I apologize for that. But guess what? I'm going to get out of my car and go work out. But I did not leave you hanging. I would not ever do that. But also, you guys, I've got a group starting for guys. So I have 3 guys already that want to be in the group. In the group for the guys, it's about how to talk to your partner, male or female, how to deal with your issues that you have in your life, and various other things. So if that interests you, PM me and I'll put you on board, and then we can start. I got 3 guys so far. I just need 2 or 3 more, and we can start the group. And then I'm going to start a group for women So anybody that wants to be a part of that, PM me, and I'll start that group too. And you guys would be the better aspects of yourself. And in that group, we talk about all kinds of things. And you have instructions, what to do, and it'll be fun and great. But PM me, and we'll do that. Because I'm thinking about maybe stopping the 5 on Fridays because I don't get any engagement. I see you guys now, but nobody ever messages me or tells me anything or asks questions or anything. So I'm not sure where I'm going. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this to make my time, make this valuable for me while giving you content. Anyway, I love you guys, and thank you for being on board. Who's here? I'm going to look and see with my glasses off again. I'm in the car. Darlene, I love you all the time. You know that. Bernard or Burned, hi. Krista, hi. Julie, hi. Said hi. And Monica. So you guys, all you guys, say something or just say hi, Dr. Willinga or Latifa. I was here. I like what you do. I'm not sure if you like what I talk about. If you don't, if you have a request, because whatever you want and ask for, I'll give it to you. But I'm going to start a group, and you got to get on board now or say something to me now. I appreciate you a whole lot. I really do. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Friday. And Darlene, we got to get together. All right, you guys. Bye, and thanks for the hearts. I love you. I really, really, really do. Bye-bye.